Did you know that Godzilla is not only a fictional giant lizard known from movies, games, and comics, but also an unusual Nissan? More exactly, the Nissan GTR Godzilla 2.0. Of course, it won't destroy any kaiju monsters, but it's worth a look. The creators focused their efforts on refining the original engine and increasing its output from 485 to over 600. It's expected to go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3 seconds, and the aggressive tires will help driving off-road. Also, the car has received a camouflage design. It has a spare tire on the roof and additional LED lighting, so it doesn't look like anything else, according to a review. Interestingly, you could not only admire this SUV, but also buy it. The price on the website was $107,000, but while we were making this video, the Godzilla was removed from the catalog, which means that it's already surprising people on the road and pleasing its owners. When you hear the word Porsche, you probably think of cool cars with low ground clearance, designed for the perfectly smooth roads of big cities. However, the German company has successfully created off-road models too. For example, in 1984, the crew of an upgraded Porsche 911 won the Paris-Dakar Rally, and today's video features this limited edition car dedicated to that victory. The 911 is the only car that you can drive from an African safari to Le Mans, then to the theatre, and onto the streets of New York, the Porsche website notes. The model is called the Porsche 911 Dakar, and these are its most noteworthy features. A 480 horsepower engine, all-wheel drive, adjustable dampers that give plus 1.2 inches of ground clearance while driving at speeds of up to 106 miles per hour. Acceleration to 62 miles per hour will take 3.4 seconds, but only 2 people can ride because there are no rear seats. Porsche plans to release only 2,500 cars, and the approximate price in the United States is about $222,000. On your screen is another interesting upgrade of the 911, created by the company Gemballa. Tuning enthusiasts are probably familiar with it, because it's one of the largest private Porsche tuners. Masters took the Porsche 911 Turbo S and tried to make sure that the sporty disposition of the car made off-road driving a thrill. The first thing that catches the eye is the body. It's a completely original design created in collaboration with an expert from a Porsche design center. The coupe grew bigger, and it's now 6.9 inches longer and 5.1 inches wider. You can now adjust the ground clearance from 4.7 to 9.8 inches. Of course, the engine has also been updated. Now it produces 750 horsepower, and especially demanding customers get 830. After all the modifications, the car goes from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds, and the top speed is up to 208 miles per hour. Timeless-looking design featured by cutting-edge technology, Gemballa believes. The scheduled production is 40 units, and the price tag is about $515,000. We have some sad news for Lamborghini Huracan fans. The life cycle of the model, which has been produced since 2014, is coming to an end. The car appeared in a huge number of shows, games, and movies. Marvel fans will probably remember the 2016 movie Doctor Strange, which starred 6 of these vehicles. To see off the model properly, the Italian company created a farewell version called the Lamborghini Huracan Starato. The last word can literally be translated as dirt road, so it's not difficult to guess that the car will change its habitat and will be able to move off the asphalt if the driver knows a shortcut. According to specialized sites, ground clearance will be increased by 1.8 inches, and the vehicle will receive metal protection for the side skirts and underbody. The engine will most likely be a 640 horsepower V10, and it's expected to support Lamborghini's proprietary Dinamica V Colo Integrata system, which coordinates the all-wheel drive and the chassis. But what will happen next? In 2024, the Italians will show the successor to the Huracan that will have a hybrid engine. the minds behind this show car wanted to take a look into the future. The story goes as follows. The Saudi authorities are implementing the Saudi Vision 2030 program. Within the framework of this program, they want to reduce oil dependence, develop tourism, improve healthcare, and do many other useful things. Masters from Italy dedicated their project to future changes in this country. The GFG Style Vision 2030 is an electric SUV with a full drive and a lot of newfangled features. For example, it's worth highlighting the abundance of screens. Some of them transmit the picture from the rear-view cameras, as the car has no mirrors. The clearance can be changed between 5.5, 7.5 and 10.2 inches. The car's designed for 2 people and accelerates to 62 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. The top speed is 124 miles per hour and the range is about 227 miles. The show car can also be turned into a convertible by simply removing the 2 roof sections and putting them in the trunk. Next, we have a Jaguar convertible rally car. The company have been producing sports cars for 70 years and was thinking how to celebrate the anniversary. And among the ideas was this vehicle, a rally version of the F-Type. The company took the project very seriously. They hired experts in rally cars and made sure that it complied with the FIA requirements. The project is a tribute to the famous XK120, which used to excel in the rally scene in the 50s. The Jaguar F-Type Rally Car Edition is a super exclusive vehicle with only 2 examples built. It's powered by a 300 horsepower engine and has an 8-speed automatic transmission. Interestingly, the rally car only has rear-wheel drive instead of all-wheel drive, but they added a safety cage, improved underbody protection, and put on gravel tires. What can be made out of the Audi TT? This German coupe has been in movies pretty often too. Also, it was tuned for off-road driving, resulting in the awesome Audi TT Safari. The body kit has been created from scratch and became more aggressive. It was necessary to expand the wheel arches for the sake of the new wheels. Curiously, it doesn't have a rear window anymore, but it has 2 spare tires instead. There's room inside for 2 passengers, even if it is a little cramped. And the trip will be exciting, as the engine delivers 400 horsepower and goes from 0 to 62 miles per hour in about 4.5 seconds. Unfortunately, Audi will hardly release something like this in the market, because it's a tuning project for the show GTI Treffen. In fact, this event is a hangout for owners of unusual Volkswagen and similar cars, including Audi, so we don't know anything about the price. But how much would you be willing to pay? This incredible vehicle was offered for sale via bringatrailer.com. The owner upgraded a 2007 BMW Z4M Coupe to an off-roader to create the BMW Z4M Safari version. This is the solution for those who need a combination of compactness and off-road performance, according to a review. The most dramatic changes are in the suspension. Ground clearance has been increased, the wheel track has been widened, more advanced springs have been installed, and all of this is supplemented by a special protection. The engine produces 335 horsepower, and the car is fitted with a rear drive and 6-speed manual gearbox. There are 2 spare wheels in the back, for which the author had to make a special back door. Bumpers and fenders are modified for tires with aggressive tread and 17-inch wheels. However, the mileage was reset, so the 150,370 miles on the odometer is only a part of this car's wild adventures. Have you seen the Mercedes-Benz E-Class All-Terrain? As if it was designed to overcome any obstacle with maximum elegance, the company says about it on their website. It sounds like a challenge, so why not turn the car into an off-road beast? Mercedes engineers did exactly that, and the result is on your screen. The main feature of the new version is the portal axles. The car's ground clearance is 16 inches now, almost like that of the M1 Abrams tank. Of course, now you won't recognize the underbody, because the engineers had to show some imagination to make everything work as it should. For example, shock struts were borrowed from a Mercedes-Benz GLC crossover. The engine's not original either. It's a 328 horsepower V6 from an E400 wagon, but now it's possible to overcome any obstacles, including 1.6-foot Fords. The company McLaren is pretty clever. Having made a name for itself producing supercars, they repeatedly declared, "We will not make crossovers." However, with the new CEO, it turned out that McLaren is working not on a simple crossover, but on a family electric model. In addition, people who follow the news know that the British company also entered the Extreme E racing series, and the results are already on your screen. Amazingly, McLaren did something tricky here as well. The fact is that the company has no platform for building truly off-road vehicles. Extreme E, however, uses a spec SUV car, the Odyssey 21. So, McLaren's engineers only had to change the settings, come up with a design, and voila! Under the hood are two 544 horsepower motors, and the vehicle reaches 62 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds. By the way, it was driven by Carlos Sainz Sr., whose son, Carlos Sainz Jr., previously drove for McLaren in F1.